Hey guys, how y'all doing? So sorry that I couldn't upload video consistently because I was sick and I had some personal work, so I couldn't upload it. It's a 30 minutes video, and I am sorry for this again. Let's get into the video now. According to Deadline, Sony is planning to cast Dakota Johnson as Madame Web in a Spider-Man spin-off. That's right, Dakota will be entering the Marvel Universe. And S.J. Clarkson is rumored to direct the feature. She has directed many TV shows, episodes in popular TV shows like Succession, Defenders, Orange is the New Black, Dexter, and the pilot episode of the Game of Thrones prequel. She has done some good work, but just not that popular. And the screenplay will be written by Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless, who also wrote the screenplay for Mobius. Deadline also reports that Sony executives have been meeting with A-list actors for the past few months, and they selected Dakota Johnson before the end of last year. So there are two iterations of this character. The first one is Cassandra Webb. She was introduced in the 1980s in Amazing Spider-Man number 210. She's a clairvoyant mutant who specializes in predicting the future of Spider-Man themed superheroes. She has mentored Peter Parker's alter ego and also multiple generations of heroes calling themselves Spider-Woman. She's a blind, paralyzed old woman and has myasthenia gravis. She uses her web powers to keep herself alive. She's mostly a mentor. She sends other people to missions, and the other iteration is known as Julia Carpenter. She's around 32 years old. She's injected with spider venom and exotic plant extract. Because of spider venom, she gets Spider-Man's powers as well. But also years later, Cassandra's power will be transferred to Julia, and this turns her blind. So most probably she might play this character. But also Sony hinted that the movie version will be different from the comics. Deadline reports that it will be a standalone movie, but it's not confirmed yet. She could be in the Venom universe or the MCU. Also, Olivia Wilde is developing a Spider-Man movie. She might be in it as well. It is also in development, and also she plays a major part in that universe. It could be anything, man. I have no idea. Although I think if she can bridge the gap between MCU and Sony, it will be cool because projecting herself in different locations is one of her superpowers. And as usual, we got some No Way Home updates. Every week, man, there's some update about this movie. So during an interview with Jeff Goldsmith, the No Way Home writers Megana and Eric Somas said they planned on keep having more scenes of Daredevil in No Way Home. They said that they wanted to bring in more characters and include more scenes of them, but they have to focus on Peter Parker. Service the story of this Spider-Man, no matter how tempting it is. They didn't want to distract the story by adding too many characters. They also said there were a lot of scenes and ideas, but they had to pull back in order to get the movie right, which I think is the best thing that they did to this story. Plus, they had more scenes with Matt Murdock as well. The list of deleted scenes in No Way Home got leaked, which includes around 100 minutes of extra footage. Wow. It includes some very interesting scenes like Spidey's hangout, which will of course include Toby, Tom, and Andrew hanging out or something, and action choreography across the multiverse. I have no idea what that means, but it's and the longest footage has to be the Sinister Summit, which is exactly 8 minutes and 44 seconds. Jeez. I think this will be something like all the villains plotting a plan to kill Spider-Man. But this might include a sixth villain, which can be Venom, since he was in that universe during the events of No Way Home. Or it could be Mysterio because a concept art got leaked where he was fighting Doctor Strange in the final scene of No Way Home. Anyway, I have no idea what's it going to be. Let's wait and see. The scenes will be included in the Blu-ray, and that is estimated to release on March 1st. Also, Tom Holland clarifies his involvement with Spider-Man 4. During an interview with the Entertainment Weekly, Tom Holland said that he had conversations about the potential future of Spider-Man, and he is not sure what the future looks like. That's all he said about that. And in an interview with Zobol Breakfast Show, Tom Holland revealed that he and Florence Pugh have discussed about the possibility of Helena and Spider-Man crossover, and hopefully they can make it happen one day. I mean, it does sound cool, but I don't want to see that unless it's necessary for the story. Also, Tom Holland was asked to clarify about not playing Spider-Man past the age of 30. Well, he had something different to say about it. He said that if I'm 30 and still playing Spider-Man and I haven't passed on the baton to a Miles Morales or a Spider-Woman or something more diverse, then I will have done something wrong in the sense of duties I have to the character. So yeah, I mean, Tom Holland has been saying a lot lately. Some of them seems unnecessary. Look, man, I like Tom Holland, but I hope he doesn't say anything stupid and gets into trouble. Netflix is remaking the 1974's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's almost 50 years old, and someone called Leatherface is back. I have no idea who that is. So this film franchise has 8 movies, comic and some comic books and games. So Netflix is delivering a sequel to the original 1974 movie and ignoring all the follow-up movies. Movie will be directed by a debutant called David Blue, the co-writer of the first movie and the writer-producer of the Evil Dead franchise. Fed Alvarez are also in the making of this movie. So the trailer for this movie is now out and it is set to release on February 18, 2022 on Netflix. It doesn't look that exciting if I have to be honest. And then we got some news about Euphoria. HBO Max has officially renewed Euphoria for a third season. The second season of Euphoria is streaming right now in HBO Max. The second season will have a total of 8 episodes, and then the third season will pick up from that. Meaning it might have a massive cliffhanger at the end. I mean, I have watched the first 3 episodes of season 2 so far. I am not enjoying it that much. Cassie's storyline is very boring. It feels like they are trying to push the story. Everyone's storyline is boring except Fez's and Cal's storyline. But I don't know, it might get interesting later. Let's wait and see. Also, the second season success is really massive. The first episode of second season has 13.1 million views and on HBO and HBO Max to this date. And the next 2 episodes had that amounts of views as well. The first season had 6.6 million views on average during summer 2019. So the viewers for Euphoria has increased more than 100%. Holy shit, dude. It could also be because HBO Max was not launched at that time. It was streamed via HBO Now and HBO Go at that time. Still, it's pretty impressive. According to Variety, episode 4 of season 2 had 3.2 million views, and episode 3 had 3.6 million views on its first day. If you compare the fourth episode of the first season and the fourth episode of the second season, there is literally 166% growth in audience. So far, Euphoria season 2 is a hit, so this is the reason why they are going for a third season. But I hope they don't drag it unnecessarily and they don't take it unless they have a great story to tell. Then we got some updates about Batman. Box Office Pro has made early projections for Matt Reeves' The Batman movie. They say this might be the most successful Batman movie in terms of box office. They said this after taking so many factors into account like runtime, which may reduce the potential viewers for the movie, and they say the movie will collect around 135 to 185 million on the weekend. This puts in line with The Dark Knight, which got 158.4 million, and The Dark Knight Rises, which got 160.8 million, and Dawn of Justice, which got 166 million. This is just a prediction. It could differ with the movie reviews like it happened with Dark Knight because it was one of the best reviewed superhero movie of all time. The domestic prediction are 340 to 540 million. This could easily overtake Dawn of Justice collection, which is 330.3 million. Plus, the movie had so much negative reviews. It seems like this movie has a good chance of getting 1 billion worldwide. Let's see. The movie is set to release on March 4th. And then next, Benedict Cumberbatch and Laura Dern to star in a sci-fi movie called Morning. According to Deadline, Benedict and Laura signed to this film, and the movie will be directed by Justin Kurzel, who has directed Assassin's Creed before this. And the screenplay will be written by Sam Steiner, who has worked on movies like Comeback Kid. Noah Jupe is also in this movie. The movie takes place in a world with no light, where medication has made it necessary to sleep and technology can stimulate 24-hour daylight. Cumberbatch will be playing a supporting role, and Dern and Jupe will be playing mother and son. According to the synopsis, the movie will focus on Laura Dern's character Kathy, who is a supporter of her husband's work until her husband Frank dies, meaning Benedict Cumberbatch dies in the movie. This movie will also deal with the complications of the technology and the social changes Kathy and her son has to go through while finding about the power of dreams. This movie is currently in early development and release date is not announced as of yet. And then we got some news about Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. So the movie will begin shooting on this March in Los Alamos, New Mexico. They have been casting extras in a theater in Albuquerque. The character's description they are looking to cast says Northern New Mexico locals, veterans of military roles and scientists. And also it describes when extra will be needed at the filming location. It also says actors should portray styles from 1920s to 1940s. Also, the lead of the movie, Killian Murphy, commented about the movie. He said it's a huge role and he was shocked to be casted as the lead. He also said that there's a lot of work to do, but he's working with one of the greatest living directors. So he's in safe hands. That's some bro energy right there. He also says that Nolan's version will be told in a different way since everybody knows what happened. The duo has worked in the past in some epic movies like Inception, the Batman trilogy, Dunkirk. All of these movies made history both critic-wise and box office-wise. So the hype for this movie is beyond the sky. Also, Dehan has been casted in this movie as well. You might know him from Amazing Spider-Man 2 as Green Goblin. And the cast of this movie is really incredible. The movie is set to release on July 21st, 2023. And next we got some news, some interesting news about Bruce Willis. So Bruce Willis did some very bad movies last year. He got his very own category for that. I know I was confused as well when I read this. This year Razzies, you know who gives away awards for bad movies and performances? They made a category for Bruce Willis called Worst Performance by Bruce Willis in a 2021 movie. A special category. I had no idea these movies existed. Not even heard a single one of them. Any of these movies have not scored more than 4 in IMDb. Yikes. Anyway, Bruce was the co-winner of the worst screenplay for Hudson Hawk and it also won Worst Picture in 1990. So this is not his first time. Also, other actors like Jared Leto has been nominated for Worst Supporting Actor in House of Gucci. I haven't watched it yet, but seems like the whole internet agrees with it. Even Jared commented about it in a recent interview. I'll put it on the screen again. LeBron James for the Worst Actor in Space Jam, and it also got nominated for Worst Movie, and many more actors like Amy Adams, Mark Wahlberg, Ben Platt. But what shocks me the most is that Ben Affleck got nominated for Worst Actor for Last Duel. I mean, if you ask me, he was good in it. The character he played was nice, and the movie was one of my favorites of last year. I had no idea why he got nominated. And then we got some Star Wars updates. According to Cineflix, a rumor says that a live-action Star Wars series is set in the High Republic area, is in development for Disney, and sources call it Stranger Things in Space. So this show will have a bunch of teenagers using force in space. But why? I mean, if they have a cool story, go ahead. Otherwise, this looks unnecessary to me. The author from Project Luminous team is assisting with development on the project. During an interview with IMDb on the scene, the Boba Fett actor Temuera Morrison said that he would like his character Boba Fett to hunt down Mace Windu in a potential Boba Fett season 2. He owes it big time for his dad, and he is in the top of the list. Jesus Christ, I mean, it sounds demonic. He also added John Favreau, the creator of this show, knows that he should have another season looking for Mace. But isn't he dead? They'll probably show a flashback scene, I mean, if they want to. Again, if it's a story not worth telling, don't touch it. And next, according to Hollywood reporter Roland Emmerich's latest film Moonfall bombed in box office in the opening weekend. In North America, it just earned 10 million. And with the international collection, it only collected a little more, making a total of 10.4 million. Yep, that's a flop. Anyway, next, according to the Wall Street Journal, Village Roadshow has filed a lawsuit in the Los Angeles Superior Court against Warner Bros. For releasing The Matrix Resurrections on HBO Max and in theaters at the same time, violating the terms of the contract. The suit claims that the movie didn't do well in box office because of this and became a victim of piracy. In the lawsuit, it says that Warner Bros. Is trying to cut the company out of future films and TV show based on characters and intellectual properties they own, claiming Warner Bros. Tried to force it to give up the rights in the TV shows based on TV shows like Edge of Tomorrow, and was denied the option to partner on the Charlie and Chocolate Factory prequel Wonka. Meaning Warner Bros. Is currently working on Edge of Tomorrow TV show and Wonka TV show. God, why? Just make something original. I swear these streaming services are on a mission to ruin all the classics. The fuck? Meanwhile, Disney is also developing a 10 episode Goosebumps series. Who asked for this? Just stop, please. So Oscar nominations have been announced, and I'll just tell you the nominees, but I can't say my opinion for all of them because I haven't watched all of the movies yet. So I'll make a separate video for that. Power of the Dogs has the highest nominations. It got nominated for 12 categories, including Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Supporting Actor, and Best Adapted Screenplay, and many more. And then Dune got 10 nominations, Belfast got 10 nominations, and West Side Story got 7 nominations, and King Richard got 6 nominations. So these are the movies that has the highest number of nominations. What surprised me the most is that the worst person in the world got nominated for original screenplay. I was so shocked to know this. I never thought this would happen. And Kristen Stewart got nominated for leading actress for Spencer, and they snubbed Lady Gaga for that. Like, fuck, I did not see that coming. But the biggest snub has to be Denis Villeneuve didn't get nominated for Best Director for Dune. Seems like a lot of people are mad about that. And this time, 10 movies have been nominated for Best Picture. And wow, Don't Look Up is one of them. Are you kidding me? That movie was absolutely horrible, but somehow it got nominated. So yeah, as I said, I'll make a video when I'm done watching all of them. And the Oscars will premiere on March 27. And then we got some updates about Mission Impossible. So according to Variety, Tom Cruise wants to finish making the 8th film before the 7th movie is released. I have no idea why. The two films were originally scheduled to shoot concurrently, but that plan was abandoned. MI8 is about to go into production in South Africa, and that's because the 7th movie ends with a cliffhanger. And Tom Cruise wants to make certain that the transition between installments is seamless. It also says that MI7 and 8 will be focused on serving as a send-off for Cruise's character Ethan Hunt, a culmination of the entire series. I mean, we already saw some scenes that explains what Ethan wants in his life, but I think they will focus more on those parts in MI7 and 8. Also, TC said that, I mean, a long time ago for MI7 that he did a motorcycle stunt on a cliff edge, and that's his single most dangerous thing he has ever done, as he does for every movie. And also, due to COVID-19, the budget of the movie has increased. That's because even though the movie was not being filmed at the time, still the cast and crew will be employed and rescheduling them over and over again. And that increased the budget of the movie, which has increased the budget to 290 million US dollars. Holy shit. That is literally more than $100 than the last film. And that's also big before the marketing cost, making it the 7th most expensive film ever made. So because of these things, MI7 is delayed to July 14, 2023, and MI8 has locked in a June 28, 2024 release date. And then we got some updates about Kraven the Hunter movie. According to Hollywood Reporter, Russell Crowe will star in the Spider-Man spin-off Kraven the Hunter movie alongside Aaron Taylor Johnson. As you all know, Kraven is a Spider-Man villain, one of the most popular ones actually. Russell is set to play one of the Kraven's family member, probably Kraven's father. You know, he might do a cool voiceover for Kraven like he did for Superman in Man of Steel. Fly son, it's time. This is one of the projects that is in development, including Madam Web. Also, Russell Crowe is playing Zeus in Thor, Love and Thunder. So I don't know how are they going to manage it. The first teaser for Garland's latest movie Men has been released by A24, starring Jessie Buckley. She was great in Lost Daughter, by the way. It might be one of my favorite performances of last year, and she got nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Role. Okay, anyway, so Alex is known for some good movies. He wrote and directed Ex Machina and Annihilation, and also he wrote Sunshine and 28 Days Later. The movie also stars Rory Kinnear from Black Mirror, and Papa is Suri. I don't know if I'm pronouncing right. I'll put the name on the screen. And Papa is Suri from I May Destroy You. So the movie is about a young woman's vacation in the English countryside following her husband's death. It looks like it will be a horror movie, and the teaser is shot really nice, man. You all should definitely check it out. The movie is set to release on May 20th, 2020. And then we got some Star Wars update again. After the Disney Plus executive accidentally tweeted the release date of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Disney Plus officially released the first poster for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show and the release date as well. The series is the direct spin-off of the 2005 movie Star Wars Episode 6, Revenge of the Sith. So Ewan McGregor will return as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Kristen Hayden will return as Darth Vader. Okay, let's go. Star Wars fans are saying that it's the desert from Tatooine in the poster. I mean, the desert in the poster. I mean, Evan McGregor said in a recent interview that it was so good to work with Hayden again, and the series will definitely satisfy Star Wars fans, and he won't give away anything else. But he also said that Kristen will return as Anakin. But when Disney announced, they said that he will return as Darth Vader. I don't know, maybe he's trying to hide something. Man, I'm really excited for this and I'm definitely hyped for this. The series is set to premiere on 25th of May 2022. Also, Stellan Skarsgård revealed that the Andor TV show is renewed for a second season. I mean, the first season is not even out yet. Even the teaser is not released. I don't know, man. I have a bad feeling about it. And then Lord of the Rings is on sale. Yeah, you just need around 2 billion to get it. The movies and video games rights of the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit is on auction now. The Saul company, which owns an array of gaming, movie, merchandising, and live events and theme park rights to various jrrtolkein properties, is selling later this week. According to Variety, Amazon is reportedly eager to gain the rights. The Tolkien properties are projected to fetch at least 2 billion, based on recent high valuation for top tier and content producers. The first look from Lord of the Ring has been released by Vanity Fair. Looks pretty damn good. For now, all we know is this takes place during the second age of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle Earth setting, long before the War of the Ring and the likes of Bilbo and Frodo, 2000 years to be exact. And the character confronts the long feared re emergence of evil to Middle Earth. The show is said to have 5 seasons, which will cost more than 1 billion for the studio. The show is set to premiere on September 2nd of 2022. And then we got some updates about Jurassic World Dominion. The first trailer for Jurassic World Dominion is finally here. This will be the epic conclusion to the Jurassic era. This movie happens 4 years after Fallen Kingdom. So people are living with dinosaurs in that world. The OG trio, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and Sam Neill, will be returning for this movie. We will be seeing B.D. Wong back, and Dr. Lewis Dodson will be seen since the original movie. But this time it will be played by Campbell Scott and not Cameron Thor. It will be directed by J.A. Bayona, who directed Fallen Kingdom as well. Trevorrow wrote the script with Emily, who also wrote 2019 Jurassic World short film Battle at Big Rock. And the trailer looks pretty cool and I'm excited for this. According to Coop, the main magazine, they are casting villain role for Dune 2. Actors like Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, Harry Styles are all in consideration for the role. The character is called Firota Hakunen. I don't know, man, how to pronounce this. He is one of the main antagonists of Dune. He's the younger nephew of Vladimir Harkonnen of House Harkonnen. Okay, Vladimir, I know who Vladimir is. Next, then we got some updates about Better Call Saul. AMC has announced that Better Call Saul Season 6 will premiere with 2 back-to-back episodes on April 18th at 9 p.m. ET and PT on AMC and AMC Plus. The final season will be divided in 2 parts. The second part will have 6 episodes and will premiere on July 11th. So the first part will have 7 and the second part will have 6 episodes. A small clip from the show and the first poster have been released. I love this show, man. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this and I can't wait to see it. And next, according to STX Films, Michael Mann's latest film is currently in the works. The movie is called Ferrari. It's an adaptation of the 1991 book Enzo Ferrari by Brock Yates. This movie has been in works for 2 decades. It happens during the summer of 1957. Ex-race car driver Ferrari is in crisis. Bankruptcy stalks the company he and his wife built from nothing 10 years earlier. Their marriage struggles with the mourning for one son and the acknowledgement of another. He decided to counter his losses by participating on 1,000 miles race across Italy, the iconic Mille Miglia. The script will be written by Troy Kennedy Martin, the screenwriter of Italian Job. And the cast of the movie is awesome. It stars Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz, and Shailene Woodley. Initially they decided to cast Hugh Jackman, but they went with Adam Driver. I think because of the scheduling conflicts. Adam will be playing the character called Enzo, and Cruz will be playing Enzo's wife Laura, and Woodley will play Mistress Lina Ladi. The movie is a high budget movie, but the amount is not announced yet. So that's it for this video, guys. Hope you all liked it. I'll see you on another video.